Hello and welcome to this session where I'm going to be teaching you the basics of HTML. I'm going to be showing you the very first set of things you need to know learning HTML. Even without a laptop, this video got you covered, so stay tuned. I'm going to be mentioning a series of things in this video, and I want you to pay attention to the very last two things I'm going to be mentioning. Yeah, so let's go straight to the point. HTML is short for hypertext markup language. It is the structure of a web page, you understand? And starting up, I want to explain these very first lines of code you can see displaying on your screen. These very lines of code. Okay, to start up, you are going to need a code editor. You are not going to type code in a random notepad, you understand? You are going to be needing a code editor. And in the video I'm using Acode. Acode is recommended, so you are going to be needing a code editor. Now, explaining these very lines of code displaying on the screen from the top to the bottom. HTML lang equals to EN. That EN is short for English. HTML lang is basically the hypertext language. This tells your browser, oh, this user understands English, the lines of code are in English, you understand? Then the next one, head. The head tag is a container tag. Now, container tags are tags are elements that require opening and closing tags. You can see this head tag has an opening tag. This is the opening tag, head, written in between two tags, left tag and the right, you understand, opening and closing. Then this is the closing tag here. You can see it. The closing tags in container tags has a slash written before the element. You can see the head element represent a collection of metadata for the document. For example, you can see the title. This title that is embedded in the head element written here is document. Whenever you want to run your code, you touch this play button here. You can see the document that was written in that title tag. You can see it written up here. You can see it written up there. Let's change the text to our session, and you play it. You can notice the change. So just as you can read it again, the head element represents a collection of metadata for the document. Whatever is written within the premise of the head element has nothing to do with the actual page you are going to be seeing. Now talking about the actual page you are going to be seeing that I just mentioned is the body tag. The body tag is also a container tag. It has an opening tag. You can notice it here, and beneath here is the closing tag. It also has a slash before it. Can you see? There's a slash. There's normally a slash in the closing tag before the element, before the actual element name. Now, in this body tag, whatever is written in this body tag is what is going to be displayed on the actual page. Can you see? This is H1, which is short for heading. You can have up to H1 to H6. Yeah, H1 is your heading, while this P beneath is paragraph. P is short for paragraph. I'm going to be showing you a whole lot of examples. Just stay tuned. Like I said, pay attention to the last set of things I'm going to be mentioning in this video. Now back to business. H1. This is a learning session. When you play it, you can see it didn't display up here because it is not in the premise of the head tag. It is not in the premise of the head element. This is in the premise of whatever is in the premise of the body element is going to be displayed. It's going to be displayed on the web page. This visible part you can see. All right. Then in the paragraph, it is written, "It's going to be fun learning with Dave, and we will learn a whole lot." We will learn a whole lot. And when you play it, you can see it also written beneath our heading. Can you see? Then I want you to notice something. You can notice this BR tag. When you check around, this BR has no closing tag like the rest I've been explaining. You can notice the head element, it has a opening, it has a closing tag that requires a slash before the element. If you notice this body also, it has an opening and closing tag. If you notice the H1 opening and closing, the paragraph opening and closing, because they are all container tags. They are all called container tags. They are container tags. But looking at this BR tag, if you scale through, you will notice it has no closing tag. Why? This is because this BR is not a container tag, it is an empty tag. Empty tags are tags that do not require a closing tag. And what is the work of this BR? Now I want to show you what it does. Okay, let me rewrite it. If you notice, you can see my paragraph is in 2 lines. It's going to be fun learning with. Then on the next line, Dave, and we will learn a whole lot. Okay, let me take it away. Absence proves importance than anything. Now when I play it, you can see it's going to be fun learning with Dave, and we will learn a whole lot. Do you notice starting from Dave is not on a separate line like it used to be? Do you notice it is now like a normal paragraph? Why? This is because the BR is short for break. It is used to break paragraphs into 2. It used to break your paragraphs into 2. I think this is a glitch. Let me minimize and refresh the app. The BR tag is used to break paragraphs into 2. You can see. Then let me add the BR again to break it all up. BR is an empty tag. It requires no closing tag. And when I run the code, you can see it's broken again. My paragraph is broken into 2. It's going to be fun learning with Dave, and we will learn a whole lot. All right, so I've talked about container tags. They require opening and closing tags, and I talked about empty tags. They do not require closing tags. Now I'm going to be talking about text formatting. Now we'll be going into text formatting. Before we call it a close, then we anticipate my next masterpiece. I'm going to be talking about text formatting. Text formatting helps visitor find the information they look for. Text formatting is a way of highlighting the important content on a page, and can make your web page more accessible and inclusive. For example, let me make it's going to be fun learning with. Okay, this is a learning session. I want to add a tag to make this session bold. You understand? To give it a bold look. Now to make it bold, I just need the element B. It's a container tag. You can see the closing tag appears because it's a container tag, but I want it to come this way. So where is the slash? You can see B. That B means bold. Can you notice the boldness in session? Now this is an example of text formatting. It is a way of adding some touches to a part of your text, to a part of your paragraph, to any line of text. You understand? Now I want you to subscribe. Do well to subscribe. I'm going to be dropping videos bit by bit to show you all you need to know starting HTML. Subscribe and like this video, share this video, anticipate the next masterpiece.